gonna have nightmares after staring at this screen for a while.
Oh, they put on their blog.
Oh, that's some. I like that artwork.
Link
are
to the
live.
blog.
Well, welcome back. Sorry, these guys are talking about a blog post that for Against the Darkmaster that I brought up like right before we went live. But session 3, Against the Darkmaster playtest. We are live. This might be the last one. We'll see how things go. We left off last time in the heat of combat, and I think we were all a little nervous doing it. We don't want to butcher the developer's vision here. So hopefully we're doing it justice. We were just talking about a blog post they wrote last week in answer to our fears. So I think we got this. We're going to pick up where we left off at combat. But first, we'll do a recap of what happened last week. Fellas, you can help each other. Jump in. Do what you will. And I'm looking at my Discord icons are working, so I'm very happy. Solve some technical problems.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You don't know.
I
What
know
this
that
is
really.
doing.
I know it irks you when they're white.
It
Those white.
bugged me so
I
bad.
could tell.
So bad. Oh, it looks good now. Okay, it looked amateur before. It looked amateur.
I know you couldn't stand that.
Oh, I lost sleep over it. I'm not gonna lie.
I could imagine. Yeah.
All right. So what happened last week? I think we started off with leaving the village and walking through an orchard, acquiring a goat. I don't know, something along.
Yeah, we got to the
call
trapper's
it.
house, circumvented some traps, and then kind of forced our way into the. Or am I missing something in between?
Jump in, fellas. It was 2 weeks. We had a week off. I think you went to you headed off. You got you heard about the tracks 2 weeks ago from the former warden's friend, and so you guys went back after hearing about that. You bugged the Thane. You went to sleep. You woke up the next morning and you set out first thing in the morning, I believe.
Went to see a farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Saw some tracks and some broken fences. We found broken down old sheep. Then we made our way into the woods where things started to fall apart.
Yes, dysentery wood.
You went to you stumbled.
There was some
across-
tracking rules made to follow a large creature into the wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really large tracks. Here, let me bring up some images here. You guys made your way to that as you were tracking the prints in the woods, and they're kind of like zigzagging everywhere. It almost seemed like whatever you were following was trying to throw off somebody or something tracking it.
There was the cairn, surrounded by trees with ravens in them.
Yeah.
And a corpse.
And whose corpse was it?
Dun dun dun!
My brother-in-law,
That's right, Archie.
Archie. Very happy about that. I mean, he wasn't my favorite.
No, he wasn't your favorite.
But he was loved.
But he was.
By my
There
cousin.
was signs of foul play.
Archie, really? Really?
It looked like he was dumped there and was fed on by those crows. And you guys managed to find some tracks and follow them back to a hunting lodge. And that's kind of where things got interesting, fell apart. I don't know. How would you guys put it?
Went sideways.
Went sideways.
Went as they were supposed to.
There was 3 northern folk in there. You could tell by their accents, they're very thick accents. So it was a little uncommon for them to be here. They're from north of the mountain range of the area you're in. And they were here and they weren't very forthcoming with information. You guys were very threatening to them. You're going to burn down the hunting cabin. But you crashed in the door and I think, was it Gandrel? Let loose an arrow and all hell broke loose. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
That was the middle of combat, wasn't it?
About right?
Yeah, we did 1 round of combat and we stopped. Yeah. Oh, I should have found a picture of Wheezy. Is what I should have done in between sessions. That would have been fantastic. Because you haven't.
Is it Madoc who hit somebody and has them bleeding out on the floor, or was it Athelstane? I think Madoc got a shot in because he ran up first, didn't he? Or am I misremembering that?
My sling broke.
Your sling broke.
I remember that.
I think it was Madoc that. I know they're goblins. I didn't have.
I know
tokens
I
ready
did
for the
pretty
huntsman,
hard, but I don't think I did a bleed.
But these are three guys. So, one guy. That's the guy that's stunned. So that guy's using a short sword. That guy's using ranged. That guy's using a sword, and that's what the little symbols or icons were. And then he had the little circle with the line through it, meant that he was stunned. And at the end of this round, I was looking at the stunned rules earlier today, so at the end of this round, he's going to become unstunned. But that meant that he was essentially couldn't do anything, or couldn't do any full actions the round he was stunned. So, let me get my handy dandy reference material up here. And yeah, we're gonna continue on with combat. How does that sound, fellas?
Let's do it.
Sounds awesome.
All right. So,
Yeah, I'm ready to kill some things.
kill some more. We're back at the top of the turn order then.
Okay.
Do we have a combat tracker?
No.
Do we have a turn tracker, turn order? Like, is it something I can see?
You
What?
asked for too much. Too much.
Yeah, I know, right? He's so needy. So needy, this guy. I suppose.
Ranks.
I can't remember if we used
there
it
I am.
last week or not. or last
Where's
game.
my character?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really.
It doesn't matter.
It goes by what actions you're doing.
But Mike, I'll do it for you.
No, I just didn't remember if we used that or not.
So let's do a recap then of combat. So there's phases to combat. First is the assessment phase, which is not going to apply here. Then is your action declaration. You declare your actions and targets for the current round. Then you do your movement to close the gap on your targets. Like if you're going to move closer to someone to do melee, you then start moving towards them. After that is spell phase A. Cast prepared or instant spells. I think Wes was prepping a spell last session.
Yeah, my last round was preparing a spell.
And
Concentrating for improved result.
Yep. And then there's ranged phase A, and that's any loaded missile or thrown weapons. And I know Gandrel had knocked an arrow last round, I believe. So he would go off then. Then it's the melee phase. And it's resolved in reverse order of weapon length. Longer weapons go first, and so on. After that, we have attacking, parrying, and that's about it. There's like an other phase. I'm not seeing it on here. There we go. There's ranged phase B. Other missile weapons attacks that weren't fired in ranged phase A are resolved. Spell phase B. Cast unprepared or improvised spells. And then finally, 9 other actions phase, and all other actions take place. And that's when Buddy's stun goes away from what I was reading. So there isn't really a turn order, but we can throw something
So
out there.
action order.
And yeah, and to remind ourselves, like if you have a long weapon, we could put you at like a 1 so you appear sooner. But I think all of you guys, like you and the goblins, were all acting at the same time. It was all the same length weapon from what I recall.
Well, how big is the battle axe? Is it normal length?
Do you have the reference materials handy?
Battle axe length is long.
Okay.
Is everybody else long?
No. It is. Mine isn't. I mean, I had my sling, which was ranged, and now I only have a dagger. A knife.
Oh, I think these guys have swords.
They have
Broadswords,
armored
if I
swords.
recall.
Armored
Yeah,
swords.
mine is brawl.
Are they long as well?
Yes. You guys, it all took place at the same time.
Got it.
from what I remembered last session that we played. If I recall correctly.
Do you now?
How convenient. Yeah. So let's kick this off. First things first. So, movement or action declaration. So this guy's gonna attack Madoc. This guy's gonna attack Madoc, and that guy's gonna attack Athelstane. I know I didn't declare my actions last time, and Wes called me on it, so I'm declaring them this time. I did remember that, Wes. So go ahead and declare your actions, folks. What are you doing?
Okay.
I'm going to shoot the blue guy.
Okay.
I'm going to beat the dude down in front of me.
Okay.
Mornine is actually casting a spell at the red dude.
Okay.
I am going to. Movement is part of that too, right?
Yes. Well, movement will happen next. So you now, like, once you basically program in what you want to do, then movement happens. So targets will move closer to each other at the same time.
I am going to try to walk up and stab that guy. That's my goal.
Which one?
This one.
Okay.
My pace.
So.
The swiftness.
Pardon me. Everybody's pace
I
is
don't know
the
how
same.
Oh, okay.
There's no difference, like, for pace. And
Yeah,
movement.
15. Minus 50. Yeah, 15. So I should be able to get up there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, each of those squares
Okay.
will be 5 or 1.
Okay.
I'll do it that way.
Matt, can I ask a question?
Yes.
This guy here, he's stunned.
He was stunned. I'm just going to go back here. I'll read stunned. A stunned character cannot take full actions but can parry with half CMB. Attacks against stunned characters get a plus 20 bonus. Characters become unstunned at the end of each round if they didn't get stunned during the same round.
So that's odd. Then the only way to take advantage of it would be to attack somebody who was hit by someone who attacked before you
Mm-hmm.
in the same round. Is that right?
That's what it.
Yeah, that's how I'm understanding it.
Okay.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
It is hard to do.
Okay. I think that's my first note for the developers.
Feedback?
So
I could be wrong,
could,
but that's how I read that breakdown of it.
no. All right. Well, that's how we're going to play it then. So Madoc could not attack this goblin and get that bonus then because he's stunned. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, he'll go ahead and attack this one here. Full attack.
But he does get minuses to his rolls because he did receive an injury, and from what I recall, it was a serious injury. So he has minuses to his roll.
Okay, so maybe it would be better to press the attack with him.
You could, because he's suffering from a serious injury. He's not in great shape for.
Yeah, I think I'm still gonna turn my attention to the fresh one. Then this one is unwounded, correct?
When I read stunned in combat conditions, it reads a character who is stunned, suffering from the stun condition during the beginning of the assessment phase of a round, which is the very first phase of the round, stops being stunned during the end of the other action phase. So he's only stunned for like half the round.
The other action phase is the last phase of combat.
Okay, so it's an entire round.
Yeah, because number 9 in the phases is other action phase.
But it's if he's stunned in one round, and it lasts until the end of the next round.
So you're saying he'd be stunned this round?
I think so.
Okay, let's go with it.
Character suffering from the stun condition at the beginning of the assessment phase of a round stop being stunned at the end of the other action phase. Or unless they are stunned again during the course of the same round.
Right,
Yeah,
that makes sense because he was never unstunned at the last round.
because he got. I mean, it seems like stunned for like half a round isn't anything at all.
Well, it sounds like the way they've set this up is he needs to have he starts his action phase stunned, and then he ends it by the end of that round.
Yeah.
Because he didn't start the last round in the assessment phase stunned, therefore it goes to the next round. Is that how you guys read it?
Yeah, it's
so
like you
like-
get stunned. Okay, round 1, you wind up getting stunned. You begin round 2. During the assessment, you have the stun condition. Therefore, you are stunned through that combat until the end of the second action phase, which is basically the end of the turn. That's how it sounds to me.
That makes sense. You miss your next turn when you're stunned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Let's do it.
All right, but then Madoc is still going to attack this guy here, who's fresh.
Oh, yeah?
Not me. I don't have that much honor. Stabbing the stun guy.
This guy is also bleeding. I have it written down in my notes as well, so...
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, even better.
He's bleeding out on the floor, so that means he's like literally losing hit points every round as well from bleeding.
Which that blue, the stun dude, is also bleeding.
Yeah, he's also bleeding.
Okay.
I don't know, is there a little
What an unlucky bastard.
there a little heart. I'd have it written down on my notes here that he's bleeding and stunned.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Can I swing at this guy, or does he get, or how do we do this?
Let's close the
Cobalt
gap.
the only one moving?
Yeah, who's all moving? These two guys are both attacking you, the two in front of you, Madoc. So they're not. None of my goblins are moving, or goblins. Men of the North. I have goblin icons, but they are not goblins. Is anybody else moving? Tobal, didn't you say you were going to close the gap and stab someone?
Yes, I did.
So go ahead and move to wherever you're moving. I'm going to go ahead and remove that turn order track. We don't need it. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, no worries.
What you need to do is add turns for the phases.
Okay. So, movement is done. On to spell phase A. So I think that means Wes has a spell that's going to go off.
Oh yeah. Which I don't have a button made for, I guess. Just, slacker. I don't think any of these combat modifiers really affect me right now, because I'm not like in combat, no one attacking me, whatnot, etc., etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Matt's like focused.
Yeah, and I like concentrated the entire last round to cast it this round. I get a +10.
Yeah.
This is an Eldritch Hand ability.
What's this going to do?
Push this button and see what it does. It should actually have a +10 to it. So it'll be a result of 75.
75. Okay, let me check.
Looking on the chart. Result of 75 will give me a +5 to his resistance roll.
Now, do you take into
What's
account
happening?
their defense in this, or it just happens?
Oh, it just happens.
Love it.
It's not an attack, it's actually, it's happening. He gets a save roll versus part of it.
Okay.
So, Maureen chants some words in the back, I don't know, some fancy, kind of quietly under her breath, and the red guy's bow starts to quiver in his hand. It's like it's been possessed. It's the actual spell Poltergeist. So the bow starts quivering in his hand. He can make a save versus the spell to try and resist this wavering of this movement unnaturally of his bow.
Okay.
Which is, I believe...
You believe? Go on.
The save roll is...
I'm looking at the saves on the cheat sheet.
The attack level The attack level of these is the level of the character casting the spell. Modified by the result of the caster.
A willpower save?
Yeah,
then?
will save, yeah.
Okay, let me grab this guy's
So
will.
I'm level 1, and it's a +5 to my horrible spell roll. He's probably going to save.
Okay. Yeah, he's probably going to save. So he resists. It starts to quiver and shake, and then he snaps to.
There you go. There's the power of spellcasters. Woo!
It's all right. It's all right. I'm sure you got some other tricks up your sleeve. Okay. Now, then, we jump to Gandril. Because you have an arrow ready, right? We go to ranged phase A. Loaded missile and thrown weapon attacks are resolved.
I do. I'm shooting against chainmail, right?
Yes. Drop him. Huh. Okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
So you got a 148.
I'm assuming that's a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. Do you have the charts there handy in front of you?
I don't. I'm all over the place on this, trying to make sure I'm in the right.
All right. Let me get to the. So what's your weapon type? Missile weapon versus chain. You rolled what? A 148?
Missile versus chain, 148. Yeah.
23 LET. That's lethal, isn't it? So 23 points of damage.
Yeah, that's.
And it's lethal, so that means you get to roll on another chart.
Yeah, plus the lethal modifier to his D100 roll.
I'm getting my calculator out here also, so bear with me. You guys make me do maths. Okay, so then let's go to the lethal chart, and yes, your bonus that you get, pardon me, for lethal. So it's a plus 50 when it's lethal. Let me go to that chart. I'm hoping it's right below. Wes, if you know, go ahead and shout it.
I don't. None of the critical charts are on the sheet yet, so it's in the book.
Is that an impact critical strike, a cut critical strike, or
Pierce, right?
Pierce.
Yeah,
The
Pierce.
arrow?
So roll your D100 and add 50 to it. Roll 150, please. Oh, 136.
Ooh.
Still really good. Let me zoom in here as I squint, reading this at a super low. So, strike to the rear of the knee, tears ligaments, and damages muscle. Target is prone, and at minus 60 activity, takes plus 8 hits and 3 bleed, and is stunned.
Oh my god!
You just cut his knee off there, dude.
Was that the blue guy or the red guy?
I mean, this is a longbow from like 8 feet away.
No.
I kind of feel I made a mistake getting into combat now.
Which guy were you attacking? Sorry?
The blue guy who was already
he's
bleeding
like
out and
done. Oh my god.
he's gone.
Yeah, it would have been even higher because he had a minus
let
20.
me make a check. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't. Oh,
So he drops to the ground. Arrow goes right into his knee. He screams out in pain. Blood splatters all over the ground and Tobold. And he drops to the floor, screaming and withering in pain. And he's incapacitated right now. Tobold, you're standing there and you're kind of like, should I? Shouldn't I? You know, coup de grace right here, right now.
oh, Tobo?
Yeah.
It's not even a question.
All right. It's not even a question.
Yeah, he has the blood of his knife, so he can at least let his cousin know he tried to avenge Archie.
You don't know that. You don't know. You never got to the bottom of this, guys.
Oh no, I don't know that. No.
We're assuming that these are the culprits. All right. So then we go to the melee phase. So all the longest, long, short hand weapons.
Yeah.
So Topold, you're gonna go last, but good news, the guy who's next to you is not gonna be attacking you.
I saw that after I charged in. Oh, I will not be attacking first.
The guy. Oh yeah, that guy.
By the way, on my save, I looked it up. It's 50 plus my attack level of 1 plus 10. So it was like a total of 76 to save.
Oh, okay.
Or 66 to save. So you know.
He had a good
Base 50
base will.
plus.
It was like 60 was his base will, so his odds were very good.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot this guy had a ranged weapon, and I said I was attacking Madoc. Well,
That's right. I was trying to sling that little range weapon out of his hand too.
let's roll with it. That's all right.
Does he get a minus for firing?
Well, he
can't attack.
He can't. That was the GM making a mistake, and we're gonna roll with it. So Madoc and Athelstan.
He was distracted by his bow moving around in his hand. See?
I was distracted by clicking all over my PDFs to try and get to the right place. That's what it really was. Who wants to go first? Madoc or Athelstan? Athelstan.
I'll go and go.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can remember.
Sure. Let's walk through it again. Let me get to my notes here on melee. And we will do it. So attacking, you do a D100 open-ended, plus your combat CMB, which Wes has already factored into your character sheets, plus modifiers, minus the target's defense. So I will give you his defense. It is a 35.
You said target's defense is 35?
Yeah, so minus 35.
Where do you input that?
It's the question.
So 61.
That can't be right. Does it show what I rolled?
Hover over the 30. You rolled 65.
65 is just his blade score.
Yeah,
What armor type
the
are
total
you?
on blade score is 65. So I was curious, isn't it 65 plus stuff?
Yep, there was a minus 35 in there from something. Defense.
That's
Defense minus 35. So, okay, yeah, I guess that's a 30. Okay.
But a 61 still will do something. Like,
yeah, you got a 61.
it's a success, right? So
So you got edged versus
if you go to
chain.
edge versus chain, right? Edge versus chain table.
You do 1 point of damage. Now
Tink.
that math I don't need a calculator for. So you, what does your attack look like? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to animate it for you. What does it look like?
He's got a sword and board. He's just sitting there kind of sparring, parrying with him, and he's just like going to slip past his guard, nicks him on the arm a bit.
Yeah, he kind of winces a little bit, but it's just a scratch. Okay, Madoc.
Okay, Madoc has his shield in one arm. He's one-handing his axe. He's going to slam it across this guy's head if he can.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had a special on before, plus 10. I should take that off, I think? Or why did I have a plus 10 bonus before? Anyone know? I know I was charging. I took that off. So do I get a bonus? Okay, I'm going to take the plus 10 off. Do I get any bonuses for him defending with a bow?
Attacking guy with a bow? No. He's going to get big minuses if he
does
tries to parry, but
Is a parry minus, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
but I'm not going to attempt to parry. I'm just going to let you throw it.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and attack him then full on 70 points.
So his defense is these guys all have the same defense, 35. So you'll minus 35 off your roll.
They're all wearing chain, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 35. All right. So how do I do this then? I'm going to go back to equipment and then go to battle axe and click on total.
Correct. Yep.
And then I'm going to put 35 in the defense.
Yes, sir.
This
And I'm
is the
going to hit
benefit
submit.
of having the author of the character sheet playing with us. 85. Edged versus. This is gonna be something. It's gonna be some damage.
That's is it edged or blunt? I think
6
I'm
damage.
a blunt. I
Was
believe I'm
the
a blunt.
was the I don't have the.
He
weapon
uses-
number.
He uses
Battle
the
axes.
blunt attack skill, but he uses the edged attack table.
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 Okay. Very good.
Because it's heavy. Like, it's
So-
a heavy axe.
Edge
80
chain, 85.
6 damage.
Yeah.
And you're doing buddy with the bow, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is 6 damage much damage?
Most things
better
will have
than
an average of 40.
Yeah, I mean, think about what he did earlier. Yeah, 6. It doesn't seem that high.
Yep.
Is that right? Okay.
Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna let my goblin attack. Or God, I keep calling them goblins. My man of the north, who's here mysteriously.
Yes.
He's going to attack. So what is your defense, Athelstane? I think it should just be what is in the bottom right hand corner of the character sheet from what I remember last time.
Yeah, I don't know if it all got filled in.
Oh. I see a defense of 50 on his sheet.
Probably right.
Oh, that's his animal companion. Hooves? Question mark. What am I looking at here?
Equipment and gear. I would look at his armor. Does he have any armor?
Yeah, breastplate, full helm, full shield.
So the breastplate and the shield are what's going to count.
I see a 30.
Character sheet doesn't calculate it all yet. So
Okay, well let's jump over. Do you get
plus his swiftness, right?
Yep,
But it is
plus-
based defensive swiftness.
what's your swiftness here? Click on your sheet.
Pre-10 sheet somewhere.
15. Oh, here it's on the first page. I knew it existed. I knew you had it on there. With shield, it's 49, so he gets a minus 49. Minus 490.
Oh,
All right. He
that's
swings.
the fumble range. Is that in the fumble range?
You're so excited for a fumble. All right.
What's the fumble range on a arming sword? I don't think it is. I think
No,
most
it's
of them.
That's up to 10. He just missed it. Just missed fumbling. So he goes to swing at you, and he's kind of cocky because he grazed you, Athelstane. But you easily just like parry, just like knock his sword out of the way, and he's quivering a little bit, seeing the one guy just like drop to the ground with an arrow to the knee and just kind of pass out for a little while and bleeding out on the floor. Okay, so that is our melee phase. Oh no, Tobold. So I'm sorry, you get to go.
Yeah.
You got your short weapon.
Yeah.
So
I think
I
Valiantly went up there to the prone guy.
Yeah, are you going
Coup de
up the prone
grace.
guy?
I didn't see any rules for coup de grace. Yeah, of course.
There is a coup de grace, yeah.
There wasn't
You
there?
saw coup de grace?
I
didn't
thought I
see-
did.
Thought
I
saw
did a
one
search
too.
for COUP and I didn't find
Huh.
de grace.
There's a prone modifier.
Yes, there is.
It's a minus 20, though, not a plus 20.
Oh yeah, I searched.
Maybe
There
it's
is no
a
coup
pure
de grace.
Well, it's minus 20 for range, I think, and then plus
Yeah.
20 for.
Well,
Plus
at
20.
this point, he's defenseless, so I will let you have your
Prone
well,
plus
he's not
30?
defensive. He can defend himself, can't he? It's with just huge minuses. Let's see, stunned. Bear with me.
Does he have armor?
But can parry with half CMB. Attacks against stunned characters get a plus 20. He'll try to defend himself. Why wouldn't he?
Oh, it's a plus 20?
You get a plus.
Attacker is prone attacking from the ground up. He has a minus 20.
What if you're attacking someone who's prone from
Plus
above?
30.
Plus 30.
So you get a
Okay, so
plus
he's at a
50 to your roll. Because you get a plus you get a plus 20 because he's stunned, and you get the plus 30 because he's on the ground.
Yep, plus 20.
So go ahead and see if you're gonna hit, and then his defense is a 35.
What kind of armor is he wearing?
Chain.
Dang it. Okay.
Gets his
Yeah.
minuses on his weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, my weapon. 35.
$89.
Okay.
Okay.
Got a -10 on the attack.
Which isn't bad to have only a -10 after, he's got a 35.
Well, no, it can't. It actually it ended up being a -5. I mean, I started out at a negative.
So let's jump over to parrying.
Edge versus chain.
Yep. Do you have the table there, Wes?
I don't understand that roll. Did he roll a 94?
So he rolled a D100 and he got a 10 and he had plus 50 to the roll, but then minus 45 from the roll. Does that make sense?
And
also
50, 60.
And also plus 50.
He rolled a 94. It was a -10
94,
for his weapon versus chain, then a plus 50, and then a -10, and then a -35. I rolled on the table 7 damage. And you might almost always do damage. And plate, you almost always do damage. Just a matter of how much. That's 7 damage from a dagger.
That's not bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Considering the max result they'll give you because it's a knife is 110, you did pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, it helps that he's, down on the ground. When you read about what a knife is a knife is basically a tool that can be used in combat. It's slashing, it's a tool. So it's, I had my sling. I could have been doing some serious.
Yeah.
But it broke the first time I used it.
Bear with me here. I just need to double check something. You might not be able to parry.
That's good.
I'm referring to my tables.
All right, get your tables.
Add tables.
My crit tables. Stunned. Okay. I'm just looking to see if he's prone and stunned. Takes 15 bleed. No. He's just stunned. That's the one below it. Takes 12 bleed. He's minus 40 all activities. I needed an NPC sheet for these guys. That's what I needed. It's all right, Wes.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Hey, Wes.
Sorry, I didn't get to the character sheet at all this week.
Wes, can you look at those numbers for Tobolt? They don't add up to me.
When you hover over them?
Yeah, I guess. Well, okay, so he's got a total of minus 55, 50, and it's 89. Okay, I guess it does add up. All right, never mind.
Minus 55
Yeah,
plus
it does.
50.
I was misreading the 110.
Oh, God.
So I was coming out with 10 more, but I see it now.
All right.
It sucks because sometimes you have to add a number and it'll become negative, so it's like, oh, it's a plus minus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so go ahead.
I usually try to parentheses them. That helps a little bit.
No, I think you're doing a good job because this is very complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, his sheet is amazing. It's helping us greatly. Go ahead and describe your attack, Tobolt. Yeah.
All right, so I see this guy on the ground, and not being the best knife fighter ever, I know what in the area to attack. So I tried to place the blade right in between his collar, but where his collar meets his neck. So I just stab in that area.
Right. Yeah. Nasty little bugger you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's killed a pigeon or two.
Not if your group has anything to say about it. So range phase B, we don't have any of that. Spell phase B, nothing, and then other actions phase. So Buddy loses one of his stuns. No, he gains stun again this round, so it doesn't even matter. It doesn't double stack. He still remains stunned. Okay, so we're back to the assessment action declaration phase.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
When do we deduct damage for the bleed, or did you already do that?
I did it. Yeah. I've got a piece of paper here that I'm keeping track of it on. Like I said, I have a calculator and a piece of paper. Keeping track.
We need you to load the script that makes it spurt blood when you click on a token.
Oh, that would be sweet.
Oh.
All right. So who is...
So the assessment phase, right? We're in assessment phase now?
Yeah.
I would kind of want to do an assessment to see if I can figure out, like, if these guys have a religious leader, or, like, know, like, what the area they're from, their cult, so I can maybe do some more things with my spells with them.
Sure. So that's a perception check to assess if needed.
Yeah. Trying to find out a little something about their background, maybe if I see a shield emblem that I recognize, or like maybe the weapon hilt looks a specific way or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so like the guy who's down on the ground, you notice actually that fallen out of his shirt is a religious symbol hanging off a chain around his neck that is known to be worshipped by the men of the north, but it also seems to have some darker incantations to it. You're thinking like there's some we're talking like Darkmaster sorts of markings and symbols on here.
Oh. All right.
Does that answer what you're looking for?
Yeah, I can work with that.
Okay. Action declaration phase. Who's doing what?
Hit the guy in front of me again.
Ditto.
Okay, the guy in front of you, Madoc, is dropping his bow and drawing a sword. Because I'm remembering that I'm paying attention this time.
Do I get to hit him first because he's doing that?
No, that's his slow action.
Half action.
Half
Yeah,
action. Because you guys have half action, like moving and drawing a weapon and things like that.
So we still attack at the same time?
Yes. So he's
What kind of whip?
Go ahead.
What kind of weapon did the guy stabbed in the neck have? And
An
is he
arming
still
sword.
holding it? Is he still holding it?
It's lying next to him. He's not disarmed. Like, it's within hand's reach.
Well, I want to grab it.
Okay, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't stab. He can't stab it with
Okay.
it if I have it, and I can try to stab him with it.
You straighten up?
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, I like that.
Are
So
you going
wanna
to give
do
him
that
your
for
knife?
like a half action?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him my knife. No.
We don't keep it fair.
Okay.
Toval's not about winning.
So the one just north of you, Madoc, is going to attack you, and the one north of you, Athelstane, is going to attack you. So same as before, except the one that had the bow is dropped and is now actually going to be able to swing at you, Madoc. Gandrel and Deirdre, what are you two up to?
Knocking an arrow.
Okay.
I think I'm going to try and instant cast a spell.
Oh,
Or fast.
like with negative and all that?
Well, I don't know that it necessarily is a negative.
Is it an instant spell?
No, it's not. It's a -10, I think.
Yeah, it's a -10.
Like the same round.
Like instantaneous spells. Spells marked as instantaneous gain no benefit from concentration, but can be improvised without incurring
Improvise, that's
normal
where I was
minus
looking
10.
for.
So yeah, a -10
Yeah.
would be applied. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do the movement phase. Is anybody moving? No.
If you want to switch weapons or something, what is that considered?
I would.
If I wanted to
do
change
that-
weapons and attack with something different.
I would do that in the move maneuver phase.
So,
So
I'd switch weapons and still attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm picking up a weapon and attacking, I hope.
Yeah, so Tobold, you're going to grab the arming sword on the ground next to you in this phase?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I need the stats for it, but
Okay, I'm switching to. Let me find it. Where to go? Equipment.
Try and find it in the...
Switching to Undermarth, my great axe.
Okay. Tobold, it's on page 95 of the quick start guide. The weapons.
Undermarth.
Oh no, the stats for the arming sword. I'm just letting them know where to find them.
95.
95. Okay. So spell phase A.
What does that mean?
I think that's you.
Nice.
Cast
I'm
prepare against
casting-
spells.
Yeah. I'm going to cast an illusion spell, which is a phantom sound. And it's going to be a deep voice emanating now from this guy's amulet, or the illusion of coming from this amulet, of the word failures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so let's
Willpower?
roll an illusion here. That's minus 10, so that's 125, which is going to return a 50 plus my spell level of 5, which is 55 base, plus a 125 modifier of plus 0.
So they get
Who
to
needs
roll
a
willpower against
willpower.
And
I
is it
believe
someone
so.
specific, or is it all of them? The way this spell works.
This is an illusion. It's like in the area.
So they all have to make this check. Okay, I'm gonna go. Well,
It's a 3-meter radius where you can hear this coming.
10 feet.
Yeah.
I'm rolling for the stunned guy. I should have all kinds of negatives, but they're all failing, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so they all failed. So they hear failure in their ears. Ring.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What does it say for the description of the spell? It's just you hit
Oh,
them with...
let me. Spell creates an illusionary sound that will seem to come from a point in the area of effect. It can be as low as a whisper, as loud as a normal conversation. If it is the sound of the voice, it must be in the language of caster. They kind of leave it up in the air to what you want to take out of it.
Okay. I'm going to say that the one who's on the ground and disarmed passes out from blood. He's continuing to bleed. And the one that is standing next to Athelstane is going to drop his weapon and throw his hands up in the air. And say, I surrender. Surrender. The rest of you should do the same. And the one in the middle, he didn't pass, but he rolled the best. He's gonna drop his sword, but he's not convinced. He's still like at the ready, but he's kind of lowered his sword. I'm gonna say that.
Madoc will proceed to try and persuade him then.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say kill him.
No, I'm just well, I can't stop, right? I've already declared my
I'm going
action.
to persuade him with the pointy end.
So that brings us to the
Isn't that-
melee
is-
phase.
Yeah,
Right,
how does
is-
that work
is-
out? If we declared action, do we have to follow through with it?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a good question.
I think the.
If so, then this dude's getting cut down.
Yeah, right.
Are we sure that these guys could even? Well, I guess because it's a spell effect.
Well, it's a spell that's caused this, right?
Right.
It's just
So-
a word.
So, it's the effect I'm going with. Technically, with them dropping their weapons, we are out of combat. We can play it that way. So combat ends with them, like, two of them have dropped their weapons, the other one's not sure. He's looking at the other two, and he's lowered it, but he's not 100% sure. So, like, I could say combat has ended at this point, so you don't have to follow through with, like, slicing these guys through.
I'm sorry, there's no save for that one, anyways.
Oh, there wasn't?
Look
So
at
it just happens.
I mean, it happens, right? Like,
Well,
and then whatever
given
you want to make of it.
Given the shape and the state of them, so the one who's on the ground bleeding out is like the guy that was clearly the leader last time too, who was calling shots. So they're kind of looking, going like, "Oh my god, like he's done. What do we do?" And they lower their weapons. Oh, don't kill us. What
Right,
what do you want of us?
Madoc's gonna pull that sword out of his hand.
Yeah, sure.
The
You
other
can just,
one's
like,
disarmed.
swing and knock it out of his hand with your weapon if you want.
Yeah,
because he's
That's
just
what-
holding it loosely.
all right. He's gonna try and push them back away from their weapons.
Sure. Yeah, they've
Alright.
got their arms up and don't kill us! Don't kill us!
We just want questions answered. That's all you had to do to begin with.
What do you want to know?
Why'd you kill his brother-in-law?
Huh?
Why'd
Archie.
you kill his brother-in-law?
I don't think it's his brother-in-law. It's cousin-in-law or something, right? Cousin's husband.
Whatever. Same
His
difference.
first cousin he has a name.
What'd you kill
Archie.
his kin?
Yeah, we don't.
Why did you kill the half?
What the halfling? He it wasn't us.
Who was it?
Bad men, bad men, servants of the Darkmaster.
How do we know you're not servants of the Darkmaster?
Oh, we are not. We are
How
just
do you
here
know
hunting
of the
from the
death?
north.
Did you see his body?
I'm not so sure about that. Did you see his amulet?
And you point to the guy that you saw the.
Yeah, I pointed on the ground.
He's like lying there and he looks down. He's like, oh, this is from my tribe, from the north. What do you know of us?
I guess we could make a roll for that.
Right, lore?
Yeah, you can
Songs?
roll.
Okay.
Yeah, lore.
Got a difficulty in mind?
What lore?
Let's do it challenging.
Songs and tales?
Yeah, Songs and Tales. I'm sorry. Thank you.
You said how difficult was it?
-10. Woo! Athelstain.
He knows things.
He's been
I'm
around.
surprised I got a 15 total on that score.
You get to roll again.
I get to roll again?
You
Yeah.
get to add to your 102. Right below the result of 102 is a critical success roll again. You can press that as a button. Type in
But
your
in previous
102.
roll, right?
Yep. Total of 128.
Rolled a 24.
120. 128. Yeah, so Athelstain, you for sure out of everybody go. You've been around. You aren't you the pupil of the wizard there in town? Was that your character's background?
That's me.
Oh,
More
I'm in
me.
love with the people.
oh yeah, that's right. I thought
He's
you had a
admirer
tie
of my work.
to you had some sort of tie to Nevin.
No, that's Madoc.
Oh,
Not Madoc. Gandrel.
the other one.
Old friend.
The other guy. Okay. Well, you've traveled and you've heard rumors. Oh, you're an elf, aren't you? No, that's the other guy again. You're a human. You're just a human. I'm getting you and the elf mixed up. You've heard rumors of these tribes to the north, and you've seen this symbol before, and you know that they have ties and they worship, and and work for the Darkmaster.
I relate that, and I need AFK a second, guys. Sorry.
Sure.
Okay. He shares that with us.
Yeah, he shared that.
I say, you heard that, right? And he's usually not wrong, so you're servants of the Dark Ones, huh?
The Dark Ones. What? Oh, no. And they kind of look each other all nervously. What are you talking about?
The Dark Master.
With the mention of that, they get very nervous. No. The Dark. We don't serve the Darkmaster.
Lying will only force my big friends over there to kill you. They don't like lying.
Listen. We're here to deliver a message.
Kill you slowly.
That's the only reason why we're here. We're here to deliver a message to a man from this area. And we wait here for further orders.
Who is this man?
I don't know. He was a well-dressed man.
Okay. I mean, anyone's well-dressed compared to you.
well dressed. He nice armor. He had a cape. He seemed important.
Cape. Oh. Can I describe
The Thane?
Yeah, the thing.
Yes. That sounds like him. That sounds like him.
He's coming. When is he coming to meet you?
We don't have orders to meet him again. We delivered a note, and that is all.
What was on the note from the Dark Master?
They all look at each other and go, "We cannot read."
Why would I expect that? Why would I think good? Do y'all have any additional questions for him?
What are you supposed to do now?
We wait to see if there's any word back, and we bring message back with us.
Who are you expecting to return with the message or the reply?
Same man, if there is any return.
Describe the man.
They said it matched the description that Tobold gave.
The thing. Yeah.
The Thane
the
himself,
Thane.
traveling by himself here?
Yes.
So tell us truly, who killed the halfling?
They the one who's really injured hangs his head and goes, it was us. He walked in the middle of the meeting. He could not live. We were ordered by the man we were meeting to kill him.
And you serve the Dark Master. That puts us in a interesting predicament.
Don't we work for the Thane?
Yeah, we do, but
Yes.
it's obvious.
Mike missed the
he's
first
evil.
session.
Huh.
I mean, we do, but
We do, but you don't.
his motives are not ours.
I think we should find out what the reply is.
They we do not know if there's a reply. We are just waiting here for a few days. In case
I
When, are you
think-
when do you leave?
we leave in 2 more days.
Good.
Do we have 3 people who are the right build to wear these guys' outfits?
Gandrel and Madoc. Yeah, they could get away with it.
Madoc's a dwarf.
I'm not Athelstane. I'm sorry, Athelstane and Gandrel. Oh my goodness, Athelstane.
These guys wearing helms?
No. Let me go back to their stats. I don't believe they were. No.
Okay. Madoc is going to say, look around and say, perhaps we should search them, huh? Search the cabin. Whose cabin was this?
They probably killed him too.
Indeed.
They
Madoc's going
have,
to start searching around. Sorry, go
chainmail, and short bows and arming swords.
ahead. Might be trading up here.
And let me just double check something else here, because I'll let you know if they have like. So, wicked arming swords of black iron, shields and short bows. I'll say that the one guy who had a shield, the shield also has markings similar to that pendant that the one has on his neck. And they're wearing like furs underneath. They're from the cold north in the mountains, so underneath their chainmail or on top of the chainmail, they're wearing furs.
Well, Gandrel, what do you think? I'm Gandrel. Well, Athelstane, what do you think? We gonna go hang out in Dysentery Woods in the Cairn and dressed as these guys and wait for the thing to show up?
Thankfully, I'm not the only one messing up the names.
But are we gonna let them? What are we gonna do about them?
Well, that's where you three come in.
Madoc points his axe at the two that are standing and say, "We're going to need the armor. We're going to be posing as you, so get out of now."
And they don't really hesitate. They're in no position. They're unarmed, no position to fight back. So they go ahead and they give their armor, and you already have their weapons.
Are they all? Did one of them die?
He's bleeding out on the floor. Nobody's really helping him, so he's going to die.
Okay.
And nobody wants to wear that armor anyway.
Well, somebody has to die for what they did to Archie, so it's gonna be one of them. Fine.
Madoc's thinking to himself. He doesn't say it out loud, but now if we decide to kill them, it'll go a little easier.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting into the outfit. I'm going to ask one of you guys to tie him up. Not bleedy. He can just, sit there and do it.
Not bleeding.
Let his heart will do all the work for us.
Yep. You're just going to let him bleed out on the floor? You're not going to assist him in any way? They say,
I'll get
companion,
close to him.
you must help him, or let us bandage his wounds. Why you let him die?
I'll get close to him and I whisper to him.
What do you whisper?
This is for Archie.
To the one dying, or to the two who are like
yeah.
protesting?
Then I jab his arming sword into his throat. The one that's dying.
And you're just gonna kill him?
Yep.
Okay. the two ones were like, "Oh, you are murderers! What are you doing?"
Madoc
Really?
says, it was
Did
a
they say
mercy
that?
Yeah, they say that.
Did,
Why you kill him? We listen to you.
Why did you leave Archie out there to rot and die? Do you want to trade your life?
That man,
A life for a life.
That man told us to. He commanded us.
Did he tell you to leave the body in the glade?
Yes, he told us to dump the body where it won't be found.
Well, it was found.
that worked out great for you guys.
Okay. What now? You leave us?
Can Madoc fit into this chainmail?
No. It's gonna be like baggy. It's gonna be too long for you.
You would need to have someone smith it. Does anyone else able to use it?
Athelstane and Gandrel can.
Okay, give the other set to Gandrel. Madoc will strip off the dead man's chain and throw it into a bag. He'll get it cleaned and resized for him later.
Okay.
Get these guys tied up, and then we want to search the cabin real well.
Okay. Yeah, you guys search through the cabin. There's nothing here. It's like a, despite the map that's on the screen there, it's like a one room cabin. It's meant for.
Oh, okay.
And you're out hunting and just a place to stay and get out of the weather at night.
All right. Well, Madoc's gonna just dress these other two up that are getting into the chain
Mm-hmm.
with the furs and make sure they can try and pass for the Northerners.
Sure. They don't
Keep
have
talking.
Well, one of them's an elf that you're dressing up in chain, but the other one's a human. These are humans, and you're not quite as like scruffy, long-haired, long-bearded, and disheveled looking as these Northerners typically are. But they put the armor on and they do their best to pass.
Okay. Leave the human in front, I guess.
Athelstane. Athelstane's a bit
So-
of a pretty boy.
I got 2 days to grow a beard.
Go.
So are they supposed to meet him at the glade?
They were.
That's
They
what he
explained
said,
they're
yeah.
waiting here. If there was going to be any return, it was going to be here.
To the cabin.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where the meeting took place. They tell you.
All right. Let's stuff these other two in the back and we'll just wait it out. Or do you guys want to do something else?
Hey, Tobald, do you think you could set up their alarm system again?
I'm pretty sure I can. It was pretty trivial and basic, and I say this loud enough so they can hear me.
Aren't you the guy that like
It was-
critically failed it the first time?
Who, me? No, I
Yeah.
rocked it.
No, you didn't.
Wait, I did. Oh, wait, I thought I did.
No, he
You-
passed the traps just fine. It was his stealth roll at
So
the door.
stealth, he was super cocky. Turned around. You guys like, hey, I got this. And built for it. Turns around,
Oh,
and
yeah,
winks at you and everything, and then like, boom, fail stealth.
I blame Wheezy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Weezy's outside.
Yeah, no, something ate her probably.
Yeah, you could try to reset it.
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't even make you roll.
I took it
because
apart.
You've found the whole system. You just kind of cut it with your blade, like at one point, so that it went down. So you can go back out there and like retie it.
All right, done.
Okay. Done. Tobal goes out there, collects Wheezy, resets the trap.
Yeah, because Wheezy would run into.
Yeah, so what's the plan here? You've got the two guys, you've tied them up and stashed them in a corner. There's one dead guy, you're just going to throw him outside. You're going to go feed him to the ravens?
Mm,
We're not going to throw him outside. That's where
Yeah,
Buddy
I
was
can-
coming from.
yeah, we
Um,
don't want him.
They're
Oh,
floorboards. He's going under the floorboards.
Okay.
Oh,
no, there isn't really floorboards here. This is a very, very basic
We could.
cabin.
Why don't we just toss him in the woods in the back behind the house?
yeah, in the back,
In the
behind.
back 40.
The back.
You don't want
I
to
gotta
feed him
turn
to
my
the
AC on.
ravens? Oh, you guys are too nice.
No, because I think he'll be spot out there.
All right, all right.
Let him
Oh,
rot
I
for a
would.
few days. We'll use him as troll bait.
Ravens will
Awesome.
find him anyways.
Oh, that's perfect. We'll time to Wheezy.
That's
Maybe
a
the
horrible.
beast of Willow Lake will find him. Grab some
Grabbing
water.
some.
Did you guys
Other
wanna
than
just
that,
take
I
a
guess
quick
we're just
5-minute break
playing-
and all grab some water?
We're just playing cards for a few days
I
here,
was
right?
gonna say, you guys hanging out?
Yeah, I'm good for a break.
Yeah, you guys want to do a quick break? Grab some water?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, let's do that. Look at that. My icons are working. I just turned on the screen. It's awesome. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute
they've
break. We'll be back. direction than I expected. All right, we're back from our short break. Everybody's here. So fellas, what's the plan? You just want to camp out here for a couple days?
Sounds like we're going to put this information to the test and see if Thane will show his hand.
Yeah. Okay. So you just want to just hunker down.
Couple days of camping.
Hunker
Okay.
Are we going to eat the sheep?
I want to eat it. Have you seen it? Why would
Poor sickly Wheezy. Yeah, so you guys hunker down. It's late in the day at this point, and they said they're gonna remain for two more days before heading back to the north if nothing happened. So you guys hunker down for the night. You want to take watches?
Yeah, would be smart, I think.
Do you want to try and find some food?
Yeah,
You have rations on you, don't you? All of you?
fully.
They did have some.
We grabbed some hardtack from
Yeah.
the innkeeper before we left. Somebody got some apples somewhere, right?
Yeah, you guys did grab stuff. You grabbed food. There's also there's a dead man. You could cook him. Or there's a dead halfling you could cook nearby.
That's
Yes, we could.
I'm just saying, if you're desperate, you could go in that direction.
We'll never get.
Okay, so you guys
Do we
want to
defeat the prisoners?
So you guys want to take watch? Let's just do there's no specific rules. We'll do it abstractly. Does somebody want to take 2 hours or 3 hours, 3 hours, and 3 hours? How do you want to break it up? I'm not gonna.
I'll take the middle watch. Whatever
Okay.
the middle.
How many hours do you guys want to take each? We'll just break it up.
3 apiece, probably.
So,
2,
3 and
half.
3 sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Let's just do some rolls here. Oh, how did I roll 30 twice in a row?
The beast of Willow lay.
What? I am rolling a
Wow.
D100, right? Okay.
Are you?
Am I? Hover
Yeah,
over.
you are.
D100 plus 0.
That's crazy.
Okay, so the night's very uneventful. It's quiet. The northern men that you have tied up ask you for some of the food. They see your sack of apples that you have that you took from the orchard. They ask you for some food. And
Let them eat their friend.
oh. Is that what you tell them? Eat your friend. Let's stack them up over
No,
here.
that's some next level dark stuff.
yeah.
If-
We are not part of the Darkmasters group, are we?
No.
Do you want to
Okay.
No.
I think if we start
No.
serving our enemies to each other, we're probably getting there.
It's what they will.
Do you serve the Darkmaster? They're tied up. That's what the nets symbolize. All right, so they're tied up. The next day rolls around. Do you guys want to do anything during the day, or you just want to just camp out and sit here and wait?
I think this is a waiting game at this point.
Okay, no,
Pretty
that's
much.
that's fine. Just
Yep.
just checking before we proceed. If there's anything you guys want to do, give you that option. So the day drags on. Morning, into the afternoon, into the early evening. You guys are playing, I don't know, dice or something, or cards, and passing the time and telling tales
I'm
and
winning.
keeping watch out the window. And it's very uneventful. You get the odd deer passes through and such, but no person or persons seems to arrive. And it's now going into the evening. Same thing, take watch, lay low,
Yeah.
Mhm.
pretend you're the northern men, the northerners. Where's Wheezy during all this?
Outside, tied to the
Outside?
porch or whatever.
Okay. So who's taking what watch?
Second for me.
First.
So we got first and second.
I'm assuming elves in this barely sleep anyway.
Celeste? Celeste sees?
I'm back. Very sorry about that.
That's okay. You guys are just camping out in the cabin. Evening has passed, or overnight passed, nothing happened. You sat there all day, nothing's happened, and we're doing watches for the next night. So we've got first and second watch covered. Who's next? Was it Gandrel?
Sure.
Okay. So, Gandrel, on your watch, you hear the alarm sound.
Sorry, I lost you there for a second. On my watch, I hear the alarms.
Yes, you hear the alarm go off. Whatever that clanking, things clanking together once the string is broken or whatever that is.
I run around to wake everybody up and mostly make sure Athelstane's up and go check the window, see if I can see anyone walking towards our little hall.
Yeah, you look out the window. You guys have a fire going inside?
I'm assuming it's pretty well smolders in the middle of the night.
Gone down to just the embers.
Yeah, so you look out the window, and in the moonlight, you see the silhouette of a large hulking creature kind of scuttling around the camp, who's, given its size, is very quiet and stealthy. And it looks like it's coming closer and closer to the cabin.
I have my bow, right? Can I see Wheezy?
You do see Wheezy, and it looks like it's going in the direction of Wheezy.
I'm totally going to throw the door open and shoot my bow.
You're just going to shoot?
Gonna wake anybody up?
Yeah, you gonna wake anybody up
He
here?
ran around and woke
He said
everyone
he'd
up.
really woke everyone up.
Yeah,
I got my axe ready.
He got you guys.
I got a long sword now. Oh, arming.
He woke us up so he could anger the troll.
That's it.
You're just gonna fire, okay? You're crazy.
Remind me again how elves live so.
Yeah, right.
Everything we run into has to die. That's how it happens.
These guys had bows, right?
Yeah, they had short bows.
Hey, Matt, do I need to look at the defense on this thing at all on my roll?
Bear with me. Defense is 10. Oh,
I'm sorry. I still have it on chain armor. I need to adjust that.
okay.
What kind of armor is it wearing?
You could just manually do it, right?
I'm just reading here what it's got. Bear with me. I was not expecting you guys to just
Probably
attack
no.
in the darkness.
If it's no armor, just take that 15 off, and it's 105.
There's no armor from what I'm reading here for their stats.
Would I have had time to fix my sling? It's just a sling.
Yeah, like tie it together.
Yeah. I mean, we got bows and stuff. I can use pieces off of that.
Okay, so
Back.
you fired. We got to go to a table now, don't we?
Yeah, it's a 105 if it's unarmored. Taking off my 15 because it's not chainmail.
18, and it's a grievous wound. Wow.
And that's for a 105?
Oh, it's 105. I'm sorry. It's not 120?
No, that's with the chainmail added. It should be 105.
Let's re-roll. That's our rules. If we roll it wrong, we always re-roll, good or bad. And even my rolls, I re-roll. So go ahead and re-roll it with the proper numbers in there. Wah wah.
Can I drive that?
Yeah, you didn't use it last time, did you?
I did not.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. That would be an
Reroll with a
excellent time
bonus of 10.
Yeah, excellent.
That's where that
time
10 that Mike had was from.
to re-roll. All right, so we got 120 again. So we're back on that grievous
That's
injury table.
This time with it calculated right.
Right back where we started. All right, let me get to my tables here. All right. Impact. Critical. Right? Or is it a Pierce? What's your weapon quality?
It's
What's
a-
your weapon?
It's a Pierce.
Pierce. Okay. So go ahead and roll a D100. You don't get any bonuses. Or no, Grievous gives you, I'm sorry. Grievous gives you a plus 30 to your roll. I would kill for a DM screen right now. With all these tables handy. 77.
We should have got some level 20 for cheat.
Direct shot to the chest. If the target's unarmored, the strike pierces deep. Plus 8 hits, 4 bleed, and stunned. Okay. So you hear a roar as your arrow finds its mark, and this thing kind of drops and is like heaving. Oh, no, don't hurt me. And you see
Let's charge out there.
a troll.
Oh,
Is that Wheezy? That's what
Yeah,
I'm looking
it's
at.
Wheezy in his hands.
wow.
No.
That's special right there.
You see a big hulking troll.
He got Wheezy.
Don't hurt more, chant. He's calling out to you. I leave sheep. Don't hurt me.
Let's run out there. I'll as I'm going out there, I'll say, "Stay still. I'll help you. I thought you were going to eat my sheep."
He was going to eat your sheep.
I was going to. No hurt me.
I'm
Who
hoping
are
you
you?
guys are coming with me.
Yeah, I'm out there.
Oh, yeah.
What do we know of trolls?
You can roll a, what is it? Song and dance? Song and lore?
Song
and dance.
Song
Song
Maybe
and
that's
tail.
Song and tale.
Have you
No,
been paying
let's do
attention to
nature.
the bard? Nature. There you go.
Nature would be more fitting for this.
For standard?
Yeah. Trolls aren't like anything like super rare. You've heard tales of them.
There's a big roll.
This one speaks.
They're evil.
Did you say standard on that, Matt?
Yeah, just a standard. Oh, Maynard.
So 121 good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, 111. I don't know why I have assist bonus on there.
Reroll it, Mike. Reroll it.
Really?
I made Bill do the same thing.
Okay, how do I take the assist bonus off and where's it coming from? I have help set to 0 and standard as 0.
Oh, I didn't have standard on
Oh,
mine.
no, that assist bonus is if you are rolling for helping someone else. It's
Okay, so
roll.
that doesn't mean anything.
Nope.
So
Okay.
you're okay on your roll?
I'm keeping my roll, mean DM.
A critical.
DM. I
critical
let you
hit.
guys reroll if it's good or bad.
I'm
Even
just
when it's
teasing
bad, you
you.
roll, and I do the same thing to myself. If I mess up a roll, I re-roll it.
I know, I'm just teasing.
That's the house rules here.
It's still 121 though.
So 121. I'm gonna give it to you with your 121. You know, He's a stone troll, and he looks like he's really, really old. He's huge, massive. That's gives away, his age, is how big he's grown. He's got long, mossy-like hair covering a large portion of his body. And they usually live in the mountains, so it's a little odd for this troll to be scrounging around here. With him talking though, he's pretty bright for a troll. Most trolls that you've heard of are not so talkative, but they are capable of it. And most tales of trolls that that tend to be that they're more aggressive. Like when you encounter them, they're bound to attack. And this one's just kind of sitting there, and he's begging for his life. So he seems a little cowardly.
Do I know anything special about killing them, or any about regenerating or anything like that?
No, you're not. You've heard tales, but they all sort of contradict one another.
Okay,
this being the first real troll that you've ever encountered.
Do I have a sense that they can be negotiated with, or do I have any idea if they can be talked to or reasoned with?
With that roll, you're pretty sure this one could be reasoned with. He is pleading for his life, and he seems quite well spoken for a troll, from what you've heard.
Right. Madoc will hold up his hand to the party and say, "We have these creatures in the mountains by my kin. Let me see if I can puzzle out why he's bothering the town." And he'll say,
see if he knows anything of the body also.
Yeah, Morkant, why have you come off your mountain to bother the sheep of this land?
I mean no harm. I'm just eating. I don't attack the peoples, the tiny peoples. I don't hurt them. I just help myself to sheep.
That's good, and I know the sheep are easy to eat, but if you keep stealing them, more men will come to hunt you, and they will kill you.
Oh no, I don't like nasty pointy metal things. Don't hunt me.
Can you return to your mountain?
No, I flee. Bad men, hordes of bad men coming through mountains drive me this way.
Point where your mountains are. Are the mountains obvious that he's talking about?
He points to the north.
Okay.
So it's Northman.
Something's up with the Northmen.
The Darkmasters.
Morchant, I just took this outfit I'm wearing from somebody else. Are the guys that are coming through your mountain dressed like...
Yes, like that. Men, orcs, creatures and beasts. I must flee. There's many of them.
Which direction are they heading? Where do they head to?
He points down, like, to the ground where he's standing.
Like here?
He shakes his head.
Like nods his head like yes?
Nods his head yes, yeah.
Oy. Okay.
If they're coming here, why did you stop here?
I'm going to continue. I hope to hide, but I continue. I find good home. Maybe they not find me.
How long have you been in this area?
I've been here for a few weeks.
That lines up with when the sheep started going missing, right?
He hangs his head.
I'm sorry. Please no. Hit me with nasty pointy metal.
Have you looked at that sheep you picked up? Take a look at it. What
he
you
looks
about to
at
eat?
his hand. He goes,
Oh, not much meat.
Not much brain either.
Yeah. Morcat, you can eat the sheep. You've been very helpful, but you have to leave.
Where
You
I
have
go?
to-
Where I go?
Further south, next. Is there any place obvious to us that would be a better place for him to head?
It sounds like he found a hiding spot.
Probably. Keep going.
Before you leave, though, have you noticed any other humans or the small people harming
Has he
other
talked-
small people?
Here, let's do this.
Does he talk to anyone else?
There we go. You've recovered a bunch of this.
No, I know talk. I see men come from north, but I try to stay away.
So on this map here, you got Willow Lake. Northwest of it is the hunting lodge where you're at now. The cairn is south of that, and Morchant's lair is just north of that. That gives you guys an idea of what we're looking at. And then the mountains due north.
Have you witnessed any men come to harm?
Sorry, what did you ask?
Have you seen the small folk harming each other? Men like us, or the halflings point,
No.
trying to make it like the body. I'm alluding to the body that we found.
Oh,
No, I know see. I see men coming and looking, but they leave.
And just nod.
Morcant, we were actually hired to hunt and kill you. We're not going to do that. But there will be others that get hired to do that. It's time for you to continue on your way.
Where I go?
I don't know, but it's not going to be safe here for you much longer.
he kind of hangs his head.
I might say you could probably stay here, but you can't eat any more sheep from the people.
Do you have any skills that can you craft or have ways of growing crops or anything special?
He looks at you very confused.
I'm trying to plan a way he may be useful to the community where they wouldn't kill him if he could stay around and help.
Maybe
I mean, he
we can-
is a tractor.
He can move
Yeah, I was
lumber.
gonna say,
Yeah, remember where is he?
Would
Remember, he looks.
would the townsfolk be willing to have him?
I don't know. That's a good question. Stroll in town with a troll.
I mean, we could talk to my cousin. She could probably use him. She lost her husband. Maybe if we can work.
He is willing to work at the lumber mill.
But I don't know how people will listen. I mean, I wouldn't let a troll live with me back in back where I'm from.
I think you're going to have a not in my backyard issue.
Yeah.
Especially since he's been attacking the farms and eating the sheep.
Yeah, I think as soon as
If we
leave,
could
they'll murder him.
explain the reasons why and that the Darkmaster is driving them from their homelands, there may be others. If he was here to help protect them or to divert others of his kind that may come this way.
Oh yeah, he's going to be a big help protecting people.
It's time to go to a retirement home in the beaches in the south.
Time to find Troll, Florida, and go there.
Right?
Yeah, he's got to get out of here.
Yeah, you guys can. We talked about the woods. They keep going on to the west. I don't know. That might be. You could suggest him heading there
Into the woods.
further into the woods. More cant.
Oh, okay. Thank you for not hurting Morcant. I move on.
Sorry about the arrow I did put in
Yeah, I
you.
was gonna say.
The arrow sticking out of his.
Nice shot, though.
Okay.
What do you think? Would it be poor form to ask for my arrow back?
Yes.
Get it back on the auspice of taking it out to help him.
Morcant, would you like some help getting that arrow out of your chest?
Oh, he just kind of looks down and he just plucks it out.
Me go back to home and get Lefty, and we move on.
Who's Lefty?
Lefty's my friend.
Another troll?
No, Wolf.
Go have fun with Lefty, buddy. Good luck.
Does that mean anything?
You say I keep sheep?
Well, we don't want to eat them.
Wheezy with its like wall eyes looking in two different directions. All right, Morkant thanks you profusely. Thank you. Lefty and I move on. Thank you. And he lumbers off to the north, back in the direction where he said his lair was.
Yeah.
Hey guys, remember that time I almost killed a troll with one arrow?
No.
No.
I remember the time you spilled ink all over the map.
You never told anybody about that.
You aren't aware of that one.
Yeah.
I do also go by Snow White.
Yeah, Snow White. That everyone.
So the rest of the night
Nope.
passes without incident. Okay, so you spent the 2 days there that the northern men said they were going to remain before they left. And
Well, we want to talk to these men now.
sure.
We have some
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. What do you want to ask them?
Yeah, tell us about the large armies moving through the mountains down toward us.
They
Armies? No. We our tribe.
Men and orcs?
Orcs. What?
Yeah.
Does this have to do with what you're talking to the Thane about?
We know read. We don't read. We deliver a message.
Is there a
I'm
version?
getting a little bit tired of these stories. Do I need to start heating up one of your swords to get some better info from you guys?
Oh, it's turning into here. Reservoir Dogs?
What is the intimidation skill here?
Let's see. We got charisma.
I don't want to use that one.
We got deceive. We got perception. I don't want to use that one.
I don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't want to use that one.
Pass. Deception will work.
Yeah,
let's see
do.
here.
Oh no, that's deceive. You can try deceive.
Deceive. Okay.
Now, can you be assisted with a different skill? Like, could I assist with charisma?
I don't believe so, but
I think by the rules you have to assist with the exact same skill.
yeah, I'm just gonna go to the helping rules here and let's read them.
I would
Yeah.
think bearing or something like that would be used for intimidate.
What's that?
Like bearing? I think that would.
Yeah, well,
Well,
the
that's just the
Topermech has actually talked about how in the full game they've made them so they're interchangeable between attributes, right?
Okay.
Sometimes you can intimidate with your strength. Sometimes
Yeah.
you can intimidate with your cunning. You know,
That's a
that
good
kind
point.
But what about my polearm skill?
Well, you could if you want to use a weapon. That's true, right? How do you want to intimidate this guy?
Well, I was going to start by mashing one of his feet with my blunt.
You're just gonna attack him? Oh wow. Okay, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I want to. Well, I'll ask him first. I'll say, I know you might not take me seriously if I don't hurt you. So, do you want me to just go ahead and hurt you first, or can you talk to me?
What do you want to know?
Tell us about what's coming. Tell us about the armies. We want to understand. Don't lie.
One of them starts to talk. And they go,
No, quiet. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Can I do like some sort of like a badass flourish with like my big axe? Just like not saying anything, just make some cool move and like slam it into the ground beside.
sure. Yeah, you roll your whatever
My axe.
the weapon roll is. Go for it. Don't critically fail.
Ha!
You didn't.
of. Wow.
All right, so the one guy who's telling the other one to be quiet, he shuts up as you do that, and the one who has started to speak continues, goes,
You will fall to Darkmaster. He will come descend on this land, and you will all perish. This valley will be his. Army is headed in your direction
When is it expected to arrive?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
What the heck? And they're probably gonna walk through Willow Lake and just destroy it.
Huh. We should go with the troll, maybe.
We're going to have to go back and warn the others because, and then I stop and put my shades on and say, because we're against the Darkmaster.
Oh, yeah.
Ow!
Oh, yeah.
Ow, I hear the music, right?
Yeah. I will say this. I'm taking celebrities with it. So we have come to the end of this first module. And I will tell you,
Okay.
there was a 4-day timeline on this. And if you guys don't complete it within 4 days, it's considered a failure. I don't have the second part of the playtest, so I don't know what it is. But we're just rolling with it. So
Yeah.
there's an army. There's a horde waiting for you.
Did
And
we
we're on
fail?
day 3, right?
You're on day 3. That's why I said tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow.
Hey, we're the playtest group. We don't fail.
We've got to run like the wind.
Did they actually anticipate us doing all this shit?
In 4 days, yeah. You
Wow.
guys decided to spend 2 days hiding out in the cabin, though. You guys could finish this in less time. You could have found the troll's lair just north of you.
Sounds
Just
like
north?
he's judging us,
That sounded a little judgy.
right? You guys,
Hey,
if you
I
were
asked
better
you guys a
players,
few times if you wanted to
Party.
stay here for a couple days, and you're like, yeah, we do. We want to trap that Thane.
if you guys would walk out into the deep, dark, dangerous forest where we know something's eating things and a crazy Canadian Thane is on the way. Like
That was the wussiest
No,
giant troll I've ever had, though. It was like
he
he
was
was a
just
pussycat.
coming through. He was just
I
coming
think
through.
it turned out excellently because, that's what players do. The opposite of
Played
what
with
you
your
expect.
perception of trolls.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess kinda.
I thought it was a
essentially
really
the
good
end of
bow
this
shot.
playtest, fellas. Thank you for playing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for running it.
That's
This
good.
was fun, and thank you to the.
Did we miss a lot? Did we skip a
Um,
lot in the module?
No, so there are other things you could have encountered in these woods. There's still things that are blacked out.
Uh-oh.
But it all depends on your rolls. Like if you kept failing your wandering rolls and survival rolls, but you were nailing them, as when you failed your first one is when you encountered the cairn, and then it went from there. And it's written in the rules that yes, Archie is there, and you did your tracking and you passed it, so you found the footprints to this hunting cabin. And then from there, if you guys continued on, it would have made you keep doing your survival and wandering checks and all that, and you could have followed your footprints to Morcan's lair.
Yes, well,
You guys just kind of
But
did stuff in a roundabout way. So I put Morcant there because you guys are coming up to the end of it, and I wanted you to solve the mystery of the Beast of Willow Lake. And you did have some bait. It made sense. He didn't have to travel as far south to find a sheep to eat.
and for those questioning why we let Weezy get eaten, it's obvious. Look at her. She needed to be put out of misery. Yeah, it was a mercy.
That
killing.
was Wheezy's best case scenario.
Yeah, that was the best
funny.
case scenario, getting bit in half by a troll.
Probably going to share with Lefty, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lefty's gonna have some. Yeah, there's a whole map for his lair. Man, you guys didn't even do that. You could have fallen into a pit trap with Lefty waiting for you, smiling at you.
Oh, really? Really?
Oh, really?
I don't know if we would have survived that. I mean, the combat in this game seemed like
Brutal.
deadly.
I feel like worst case scenario, we accidentally kill Lefty and Morcant finds out. I feel like he probably would have dominated us in actual
Yeah,
combat.
I don't know how we could have beat. Well, I don't know what his stats or how he worked. I mean, I have a sling and a kitchen knife.
David and Goliath, that crap.
Yeah, right.
Well, could the troll fight?
Oh, the troll could have fought. He's cowardly though. He didn't want to fight if he didn't have to, but if he was pushed into it, he would have.
Oh, and that would have been bad, right?
Yes.
But statistically wise, can he fight?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I'm sure he can swing his arm, and you probably don't want to be underneath it when it contacts.
Well, it's going to be like a plus 90 or something.
One thing we didn't do, we didn't go and find what was it? The amulet or the
The thing that Thane
whatever
was talking about.
the buried
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah, There's
I think that was a seed for the future.
Oh, I've got all the information for it in here.
So we could have just said, okay, we're going to...
So it could play into the second part. We could run the second part when it's available. Devs, I know you're watching. We'd love to play. We'll do all 3 parts for you. And we'll continue running this. And we'll get better and better as we go. I'm sorry if we made some mistakes in combat.
We need to work on that. But I thought the combat was pretty exciting because you didn't know what. I mean, every time you rolled the dice, something terrible could happen.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's
sneaking rank
rules
on its
covering the
first go.
leveling up, but from what it looks like
is.
in experiences is like you check off what you've done, right? It's like, I've gone to a strange new place.
Mm-hmm.
Encountered a strange creature.
There are rules for leveling up. We have to take a look at them. But we're going to take a break from the Darkmaster now because we've played our playtest. We have played all the materials we have. So the next stop from here is going to sit down with the devs. I'm going to set up a day and time with them. I know it's going to be a little difficult because a couple of them are over in Europe and I'm over here in North America, and so is another one. But we're going to try and make one that works, and we're going to do our post-gameplay interview with the devs and have some questions from these guys and feedback, and we'll give them a chance to push their product and maybe give us a little bit of previews of things to come. And it'll be good. But that's it for this week. We're going to call it a night. And next week's either going to be an interview or session 1 of Simba Room.
Dun, dun, dun.
Don't.
All our characters are ready, right? Everybody?
Characters are ready to go. We just got to start playing.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Take care, guys.
And watching.
Thanks.